and that no man might buy or sell, say he had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of the name. He will gain control of the treasures of gold and silver and all the riches of Egypt. He who controls the money supply of a nation controls the nation. So let's follow the money trail. So the Vatican owns the whole world currency, and it's a Babylonian money magic slave system that is about to crash. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that follows. For Edom means red, and is associated with Esau because he was born red. For I love Jacob, but Esau I hated. The German word for Roth means red, redhead, as in Rothschild, a child with red hair. The Rothschild family is a wealthy, influential Jewish banking dynasty that originated in Germany. Don't confuse Jewish with Hebrew. They're the founding fathers of international finance. So they're the bankers to the Vatican who happens to have the world currency, right? Rothschild loans to the Holy See in 1832. But not just them. Also to London. You see, they take over London's finances. And this happens to be the three cities that run the world. There's London, Washington, D.C., and the Vatican. And the Rothschilds are over all three. All U.S. presidents minus one is related to the King of England. All these people are the same people. This is in their wall, praying by their wall. You see the yarmulke? Edomia, Edom, and its dukes, and they're the ones that hold the title Duke and Duchesses. The German money is called the mark. You won't be able to buy or sell unless you have the mark. And they're Germanic races. On the bottom, underlined, New World Order, the German and the Holy Roman Empire eagle. Adonai will bring a nation against you from far away, from the ends of the earth like an eagle swooping down, a nation whose language you will not understand.
Causations is that the British royal family has been flatlie royal since 1840.
Explain that.
Flatlie royal means illegitimate, not allowed on the throne. So, from the Battle of Waterloo, the British royal family lost all their money and they've been funded by the Rothschilds in exchange for breeding rights. So the Rothschilds had the breeding rights to the British royal family from 1819 to 2019.
So what was the purpose of the Rothschilds needing this?
The British royal family were virtually bankrupt from 1815. So the Rothschilds funded the British royal family in exchange for the Rothschilds breeding the royals. So the whole British royal family are Rothschild Batards. And Batard is the royal name for bastard. So what I did in my legal documents is I exposed King George V of England as being sired by Tsar Alexander III of Russia, and I exposed Queen Elizabeth II as sired by artificial insemination by Winston Churchill, who was actually the illegitimate son of King Edward VII.
Hang on.
I know, it gets too much, so I'll show you a chart.
Okay. So you got it all laid out for us to see?
Absolutely.
They're not just the richest family in the world. They're the sons and daughters of Lucifer, more or less the counterfeit of what Jesus Christ was when he was on the earth.
George took you and Roland to this mansion where people worshipped the demons.
Mm-hmm.
What was it like there? What kind of people were there?
They were all professionals, doctors, attorneys. See what they had? They had a praise session to the gods, which are in charge of legions of demon spirits.
When you get up into a higher level, you find out that the power rests with blood sacrifice.
Desperate for enough funding to remain operational, the church reaches out to an unlikely financier, the Rothschilds. In the 1830s, the Rothschild banking dynasty established itself as a key player in international finance. By stationing its members across key European cities, Frankfurt, London, Paris, Vienna, and Naples, the Rothschilds were extensively involved in government finance, issuing bonds and lending money to states, especially during times of distress when higher interest rates could be charged. And, at the time, there is one powerful entity in Europe in such financial distress. In 1831, Gregory XVI became Pope. He knows the Vatican might not survive long unless there is an immediate cash infusion. For the first time in the Church's history, the Vatican decides to borrow money from the most prominent Jewish banker. James de Rothschild, head of the family's Paris-based headquarters, becomes the official papal banker. One of his brothers, Karl, who runs the family's Naples branch, begins traveling to Rome to consult with the Pope.
Their financial empire prompted a mixture of envy and resentment among church officials. Most traditionalists, who referred to James as the leader of international Jewry, were appalled that the church had resorted to Christ killers for financial succor. French poet Alfred de Vigny wrote that a Jew now reigns over the Pope and Christianity. He pays monarchs and buys nations.
The Rothschilds lend the Vatican 40 million euros in today's money. It becomes a lifeline that the Church desperately needs. The unlikely alliance is forged, and with the Rothschilds' influence, the Church begins a series of financial reforms, which mean more ways for the Church to accumulate assets.
Supernis luminaribus misceatur, flammas eius, Lucifer matutinus inveniat. Ille inquam Lucifer qui nescito casum, Christus filius tuus, qui regressus ab inferis, humano generis serenus iluxit, et tecum vivit et regnat in saecula saeculorum.